welcome back to class. So today is going to be a little different. This is going to be kind of Sarah's stream of consciousness moment. I'm going to kind of fly on the seat of my pants here and jump into a lot of different exercises, flow them together, link them up. This is kind of just a little bit of everything. Clearly, I don't have a plan, so let's get started. We're going to start with pumping. We'll keep it expected to a point, right? All right, so I'm sitting right on the edge, heels together, toes apart, hands come behind my head. I'm just gonna start with 10 pumps here. Just getting warm, getting myself acquainted with my chair, letting my body know it's time to get a little weird. One more time, press the pedal down and hold. I'm just gonna flex and point my feet a few times, warm up those ankles, keep those quads still. 2 more times, last time. I'm gonna move to my arches here with the pedal down, and then just 10 times, take it up and down. So just being mindful of my transitions, especially when I'm flowing at this pace. For 3, 2, and 1, I'll press the pedal halfway down. I'll play with a little float. It's one of my favorite things to do. Maybe I'll add a little pump. Why not? I love unilateral work. It's fun, it's playful, it's challenging. I'm gonna move to the heels right now, keeping them zipped together because that's the work I really need, and 10 here. I exist very externally rotated, so working parallel and inner thighs is not my favorite, but it's important work for me to do. And then I'll go for those pumps here. Single leg, nice control on the transition. Beautiful. Heels together, lift all the way up. Oh, quick little shake out. I'm gonna jump right into my 100 here, and I'm going short side because I'm feeling crazy today. And then we're just gonna rock and roll here. Whew. I love the chair because it really will show you instantly if you're doing things correctly or not. If you're ever confused or not sure if you're using your abdominals in an exercise, do it on the chair. She will tell you. Take my legs a little lower, because why not? I'll do 3 more here. Pilates math has deviations. Last time. I'm gonna bring the legs in, not so gracefully, come up to sit. Transitions were never my strong suit. I still remember doing my teacher training and being notoriously kind of awful at all my reformer transitions. They're still not great, but they have slightly improved since then. All right, since I'm here, I'm on a top of bottom. We'll do some outward facing frogs. Hands are at the front. Gonna lift my booty off. I'll just go for a couple of triceps here. I was doing pull-up training yesterday, so my chest is quite tight. So even though this is work, this feels pretty good. I think this next one's 5. And now I'll just pump my legs a few times. And now I'll take one leg off. 5 here, because why not? And then change sides, try not to shift too much. Very fun. Bring on, and then I'll take a couple more triceps here. Working my upper body makes me feel really empowered and really strong. So the more the merrier for me. All right, I'm gonna go into tendon stretch. I'm gonna keep my arches on, play with the few there, and then I'll move to the toes. So hands are in front. Tendon stretch is your reverse pull-up. I haven't taught it in a class yet, so Yeah, maybe I'll take that for our next boot camp. Maybe we explore that a little bit more. You reverse pull up so my booty goes up and back, and then I bring it back down. Trying to not let my thighs touch the chair. Lower down, move to my toes. We're gonna try that. And let's see how this goes. Still lifting the pedal with my abs. Never what I think it's gonna be. All right, lower down. I'm gonna play with the little side version of this. I think I'm gonna bring my arches back on. I'm not very good at these, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna take my right leg out to the side, and I'm gonna bring my right hand in between my legs. Now from here, I should point my toes because it looks fancier, but I wanna flex my foot. That's what I'm feeling today. We're gonna go 3 here. Now I'm gonna take the leg behind me and play with the little tendon stretch back here. Now the thing that I need most for my hips, swing the leg back around, sit back down, holy moly. Now I gotta do the same thing on the other side. All right, just when you thought things are weird in Pilates, they get weirder. And this isn't even the weirdest thing you can do. Have you seen flying squirrel? Let's lift up and try this. And then leg around. This is such a challenge for my hip rotation. Oh, here we go, 3 times here. Now let's get that leg around. She's grace, she's beauty. Lower down, lift up, shake it out. All right, I'm gonna drop to a middle spring, do sideline series. If you've been with me long enough, I haven't done a lot of videos yet. My channel is still pretty new, but I do side body in almost every video. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. I love side planks. I love anything to do with side lying, sit-ups, all those things. All right, we'll start with little side bend, a little fish situation. I didn't learn this exercise with the name fish. I actually never learned it with a name at all, actually. So when I heard it was fish, I just went with it. I'll take the arm up. No idea if it actually looks like a fish. Doesn't matter much to me. All good. All right, from here, I'm gonna leave the pedal hovering as I go for a little side kick here, forward and back. This is very challenging. My bottom leg wants to do the most. I'm trying to keep her still. Now we'll go up and down. Once again, working parallel, which is difficult for me. So I'll do an extra 2. Lift my abs a little bit more. Side body was given out. Now I'm gonna point, do a little external and internal rotation. Still keeping the pedal to a hover. Now 5 little circles in parallel. Accent on the up, as always. And reverse. Woo! 2 and 1. I'm gonna bring the pedal in. Right away I set up for my side sit-ups. I usually teach this with the hands behind the head. I'm gonna take a slightly more advanced variation after I adjust my leggings. I'm gonna interlace my fingers at the top, and we're gonna play with that because I really need the chest opener today. I'm gonna tip at the waist over. Maybe I'll take this leg with me, see how far I can go, and then come all the way up. Tip over. Maybe I lift the leg, maybe I take it with me, and come all the way back up. It's fun to just play around with different shapes. How low can I go? Bring the hand on, take my mermaid. Oh. Take a couple arm circles here. Oh. Diversity in your movement is important because the more different things you can do, the more stuff your body learns and the more adaptable it becomes. So even in my mermaid, which might usually be a little bit more structured, it's nice to kind of play with a little less structure in it and see how my body reacts. Swan time. All right, from here, I'm just gonna take a few to start. I love swan dive on the chair, but it really hurts my hips because you have to get really close to the chair, close to the front, and my hip bones just push into it. And even with a lot of grippy pads, push-ups, it's really uncomfortable. So I'd love to do it more often, singles, but it's just, I have a high pain tolerance, and that one is just, we've crossed the line, and it's just not for me. But what I will do is a little swimming. So I'll stay up here and I'll go for my swim. Swimming is one of my least favorite exercises, but it's so good for you, and we all need more swimming. So I continue to do it despite of 4, 3, 2, and 1. To the other side. I'm not gonna make a lot of adjustments. This is kind of the equivalent of a get ready for me video, but Pilates? I don't quite know. All right, let's see if I remember the number I did on this side. If I do a little more on my less dominant side, no big deal. It's a little extra credit. More is extra credit in Pilates. You're probably hearing a lot of squeaking from my chair. I really gotta get these springs greased up a little bit more. I definitely did more on this side. Oh well, side kick time. I love the chair. I remember when I first started my teacher training and I walk in and I saw a Wonder chair for the first time. And I was like, what is that? And how do I use it? And that's what I've always loved about Pilates, the curiosity. You really look at these apparatus and you're like, what do you do on these? And that was always really exciting for me. And what really excites me as a teacher is that I really want to share all these different apparatus with you, especially the ones that maybe you don't see very often in a studio. Oof, that side was way harder. Side sit-up time. So I know the reformer is very popular. It's very, most people know what it is at this point. But fun fact, the reformer, side sit-up, lift the leg. The reformer is my least favorite apparatus. What? It really is. I love the reformer. I love teaching the reformer. It's a really incredible piece of equipment, but it's just really hard to beat the Wonder chair for me. I love the Wonder chair so much, and I love the challenge it offers. And yeah, the reformer to me is just not as exciting, which might sound a little crazy, but it's true. I am so tight. So I will eventually make more reformer classes on this channel, because I have a reformer here in my apartment. The last one I did was a Cos Pilates Sailor Moon. I did the reformer. It's just a lot of work to get it out and to move everything around in the apartment because it's a small space, so everything has to change to move one thing. So it's not very enticing to take out, but let me know in the comments below what kind of reformer stuff you'd like to see. All right, now we're gonna get a little weird, a little weirder. So I'm gonna do my crisscross seated long ways because I love crisscross. I think a lot of people consider crisscross to be the hardest in the series of 5. I think it's scissors. I think scissors is the demon, and it's so hard. I actually love crisscross. It's very satisfying. And then rock up. sound effects included. I'll take a little twist and reach here. One of my favorite things is to go around the world. You've probably also noticed that in my classes, we kind of move around in a circular motion around the apparatus. I just find that very satisfying and a very efficient way to work. You can set and forget your springs and then just move around and hit every plane of motion when you work in that way. So that's how I like to teach. It works really well for me. And when I practice on my own, it gives me a nice structure. All right, making my way to the other side, that around the world way. I'm gonna do crisscross again, but with some scissors, scissor legs instead, because this is awful and I need to do it more. 6 more times. Woohoo! Rock up to sit. And then I'm gonna play with something here. I'm gonna take all my springs off. I never realized doing Pilates and talking at the same time would be a skill I would ever have to have until we went into lockdown and I was teaching online and having to do and teach. So it's always, anytime I'm up in a jackknife or like doing something crazy Pilates moves, and I'm just talking my way through it. This comes from literal years of practicing, and it's kind of like the equivalent of like how pop stars like run and sing on a treadmill. I feel like teaching Pilates while you're doing it is also kind of a similar thing. I'm gonna play with swan now with no springs on the pedal, so I'm gonna lift the pedal up with me. So on my next exhale, I'm gonna pull the pedal in towards me and lift up and lower back down. I can't remember what teacher I learned this from, but I love this one. I take a wider stance with this one because I have a lot more load to carry, and that's just where I'm at right now. I'm gonna take that 2 more times. This last time I'm gonna play with bending my elbows and see what happens when I do that. Three, 4, 5. Lower down. I'm gonna try that one more time. I'm gonna lift up and hold. I think I only have 3 in me for this one. Definitely only 3. Lower down. All right. Whew. That's fun. I gotta remember what teacher. I gotta give that person credit for that. I didn't make that one up. All right, lock on in. Let's do some pull-ups. I love pull-ups. They make me feel like a Super Saiyan. And I like to do weird pull-ups. So, from here, we'll start with our regular pull-ups, our normal pull-ups. Heels together, toes apart. I'll take the hands to the back. Normally when I teach this on the channel, I like hands to the side. I think this just sets shoulders in a better spot than this. Can get a little shruggy. Both ways are valid. I just like to teach it this way. So I'm gonna play with both. You're gonna lift up and hold, scoopy scoop, scientific term, and then I'll lift the pedal up somehow. And lower back down. And lift. I'll just take one more. And lower, take a little run. What version do I want to try? I like the single leg stretch version one, so let's play with that. Lift up. Let me see if I can get the pedal off the ground on one foot. I've tried this with the pedal suspended, but we're gonna try it this way today. You're gonna lift up, okay, and lower back down. Pull the leg in closer to you. 2. Let me try and go a little less down. There we go. Last time. I'll change sides. Let's see how we do on takeoff for this. Scoop and lift. And pull it back in. A little too fast. There we go. There's that Pilates control. Lower down and shake it out. All right. I'm gonna try a couple of pull-ups with a lighter spring, and then I'll do top and bottom again. So I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm just gonna go, let's try one middle first. So now I've dropped the pedal to one middle. This is gonna be significantly lighter, and we're gonna see how we do. This is gonna be a lot more upper body. All right, because now I really, upper body and abs, because I gotta lift me with me and the pedal too. So we're gonna round and hold. Pull the pedal in and up. Let's see how this goes. And halfway down. I'm gonna go for 5, which is a little nuts. There we go. Whew. That was hard. I didn't get to see what it looked like. I'll see how it looks on camera after. All right, so that was insanely hard. Do I try lighter? I'm gonna try lighter than that. We're gonna go one bottom. If you're following along with me and you're like, Sarah, no way, don't do this. It's already crazy light. I'm gonna change my hand position. And we're just gonna see how many we do. The lighter you go, this is a great example of how lighter is not necessarily easier. That Pilates magic, it's never easy. All right, let's see here. Oh, that's hard. Vertical. Keep your gaze down. Let me see if I can shift my weight a little bit back. Okay. Whew. All right, enough of that. I'm gonna add my top and bottom back on. Top and bottom. Give your springs a little test pump. They always tend to get a little bungled. We'll go for some side pull-ups, and then I'll play with some star, and then I'll end with some weirder pull-ups. Have some fun. Feel like when I don't do side pull-ups, I always feel like I'm missing something. Once again, that kind of obsession of mine with side body work. It's like my favorite thing. I can't shake it. Okay, I'm gonna work this cross of the inside leg. I have a hard time getting my hips situated in side pull-ups, so bear with me. I do the best I can. And lower. So satisfying. I'm just gonna do one more here. And now I'm gonna change my legs. This one sets my hip on fire. You're supposed to keep it up as high as possible. I don't know how anyone does this, but we're gonna play with it. And it's fun to do the hard stuff. All right, here we go. Gotta make a foot adjustment. Maybe I shift a little in front. And that's the thing, even for me, I don't get it right on the first time sometimes, and that's okay. It also really depends on the day. Sometimes what worked 2 days ago doesn't necessarily work today. Let's readjust. Let me try again. Okay, there we go. Woo! Can't talk during that one. I can talk and do for most of them, but enough of that. All right, let's do star. Hand behind, hand in the back. Work this leg up like crazy. Let's see if I can even lift it today. Okay, cool. Let's try again 2 more times. Okay, cool. Definitely couldn't do this on a lighter spring. I'm gonna bring my hand to the center and see what happens. Nothing. Ugh. All right, enough of that. To the other side. So 3 with the leg crossed. Shaky, shaky. Let's rock and roll. bring my foot way more in front than I'd like. You're gonna get butt to camera today. Sorry, not sorry. Oof. And then adjust. This side, oh yeah, this is my less twisty side. Can already feel this is instantly more intense. So we're gonna do the best we can. And lift up, and lower. Holy moly. All right, let's try some star. Superstar, supermodel. Not so much. Come on, hip. Yeah, this works my hip way more than anything else, which is really funny. I really got to work that rotation of my femur. Reach that leg long. Woo! All right, one more time. I'm not even gonna move my hand. I can barely lift it on the side. Let's go. Take it to the sky. Superstar. Lower down. Oh, shake it out. These are the things I say to myself when I actually work out, so just ridiculous things. A lot of times when I'm doing more intense inversion exercises, I've been starting to do more of the super advanced Cadillac work, like candlestick and inverting and holding onto the bars. Usually when I'm in those positions, it's kind of scary. So I just repeat the same 3 lines to myself. I say, I'm strong, I'm brave, and I weigh nothing. Because I gotta get myself up there. So I'm like, I weigh nothing, I'm air. Just get me up. Get me up to the ceiling. And that's what I literally say to myself the whole time. I weigh nothing, I'm brave, I'm strong. But it works, and I get up there sometimes, and it happens, so. You gotta find the things that work for you. If you have to say, I'm a superstar, and that works, then that works. Have some fun, don't take yourself so seriously. I definitely don't take myself very seriously. I'm hard on myself, but I can also hysterically laugh at myself and the things that I do. Because the things that I do are kind of wild. All right, let's see. Oh, crazy pull-ups, right, that's what we're doing. And then we're done. I learned these from Ilaria Cavagna, who's one of my favorite instructors ever. She does like inverted push-ups in a pull-up. So hands are coming onto the chair, heels together, toes apart. We're gonna lift up into a pull-up from here. Now from this position, I bend the elbows, take the body down, and lift. Ugh. Kind of fun. Kind of weird. I'm gonna do 2 more because I didn't like the technique of my first one. Make up for it. Lower down. Whew, shake it out. Okay, I wanted to try the handstand. So, don't attempt this if you've never done it before. This is something I've done a couple of times, which is why I feel comfortable doing it. I usually also don't like to do this one when I'm alone. There's a lot of exercises that are just not a part of my practice because I don't feel safe performing them or attempting to perform them alone because I work out most of the time by myself. So things like handstand, candlestick for a really long time, any kind of freestanding inversions or any very precarious inversions are just not really a part of my practice, only until recently. So safety always comes first. If you don't feel comfortable performing something, especially by yourself, just don't do it. Because if you don't feel good going into it, chaos can ensue. So you want to feel, it's okay to feel unsure or, you know, maybe a little nervous if it's a new movement, but if you feel the red flags popping up and your gut really coming into play and saying, I don't think you should do this, you should definitely not do it. But I'm feeling okay to do it today. Sometimes I don't feel okay doing it, and then I don't. So it really depends on the day, how tired I am. A lot of different factors come into play with what exercises I choose to do for a workout. So with that, you're gonna kind of make a basket with your hands. My ponytail is like in a crazy spot. So I'm not on my head is hovering. My elbows are down on the mat here. And then from here, I'm gonna lift up into a pull-up. I have no idea how the sound is gonna sound, but let's see. And I don't go super high on this one. It's scary, but also I can only get so high and lower halfway. It's very satisfying though. I'm gonna try 2 more times. Make sure my knees are straight. Last time. And that's all I've got today. Shake it out. I'm gonna come off to the side here. I'm gonna move this and just kind of stretch over my legs. Oh, a little crazy. Those are really fun though. Usually my reaction to any weird Pilates exercise is, that's crazy, I love it. How do I try it? I find that Pilates really enhances my inner child. It keeps me curious. It keeps me enthusiastic to learn and to explore my body and to really challenge myself. And that combination of things just makes, honestly, not to sound too cheesy, but it's made my life more exciting. It's made me more eager to try new things and explore. And it's given me the confidence to be able to do that. And I just hope that even a little bit I can inspire one of you or someone out there to explore and have fun with movement. Because fun and working out, they have to be together. I think your workout being fun is a very underrated detail. Because if it's not fun, then what are we doing? You know, it's not a fashion show. We're not training for the Pilates Olympics. Your movement, your workouts, they should be fun. They should push you in a positive way. They should excite you. They should inspire you. They should make you excited to do it again. And you gotta, you explore, you try different things. Maybe Pilates isn't for you, and that's fine. You go find another thing that you like. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. It's all about just moving our bodies and having a good time and feeling good. So with that big sweeping statement, thanks for joining me for this weird class follow along working out with me thing. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Stay awesome. Bye.